So Ultra Rumble has been out for a couple days now. At this point, I'm pro rank and I feel like I got a good feeling on who is the strongest versus the worst character. Let's check out my tier list. You already know what it is. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Let's get it. All Might. You see All Might? I'll give All Might. All Might is an all-around decent character. He's kind of, I'd like to put him as a worse Deku. I think Deku is better than All Might. He's a solid, he can get away, he got a lot of power. If you know how to utilize him right, he's pretty decent, he's straightforward. So All Might, you get A tier. Whew! Now Bakugo. I'm sorry y'all, if y'all don't understand, Bakugo is S tier. From his initial damage all the way down to him to get level 9, Bakugo is a threat. He can get away, he's very evasive. His attacks are really nasty. He has AoE attacks with his grenades. Come on now. Ain't no way people are not putting Bakugo in S tier. He got every mechanic you need in this game to do well. And he can also 1v3 teams. Come on now. Kendo. Kendo, I put her B tier. I know I've seen people play her at S level, but you have to do too much in order to win against opponents versus the other characters. Now Bakugo, you get off a couple shots, then you just hit them with a melee attack, they're dead. Kendo, you gotta think and do all this extra stuff before you can actually kill somebody. Most people, I barely, put it like this, I barely lose to Kendos. When I see Kendo, they're easy to deal with for the most part. Ooh, nah, Cementos. That boy is between an S and an A. He is a game changer. If you have a good Cementos on your team, your defense is impeccable. The way he can revive you, he is really, really good. The boy Cementos is playing a whole nother game. He's playing Fortnite in Ultra Rumble. He's very, very nasty. Dabi, I put him A. He was S tier for me in the beta, but what I see what these other characters can do, I put him in A tier because his R2 attack, the one that throws the orbs that, follow people, it's really easy to evade and it doesn't do that much damage. It doesn't do that much damage compared to the other characters. Like Bakugo, without any power-ups, he gets 70 damage off of R2. Dabi, on the other hand, he gets 32, which I understand is more warranted because it follows you, but come on now. He is good as far as like holding down the spot and not letting people get in because, he can negate damage. He can drop his claymores on the ground or whatever you want to call it. He's nasty, but he is very hard to get away with if you do not have the skills. He doesn't have a button he can push to get in and out of a fight. So that's what makes him A tier in my opinion. Now, Deku. Deku, again, is another character that's all around. Deku can save you if you go down. Deku can get away with his whip. Deku damage output is very nasty. Deku's just nasty. He's an all-around character from level 1. If you cannot win with Deku, I'm sorry, you're trash. Deku's awesome. Now, Denki. I put him, he's actually worse than Kendo to me. He takes a lot more skill. He's another character I feel is good if you have a high tier player using him. But a normal person that's picking up the game is going to be very hard to get things done with Denki. You understand? He got a nice kit, but compared to the other ones, he's lacking to me. Now, Froppy. Depending on who's playing Froppy, she could be either S or A. I'll put her in A tier because I see a lot of people don't know how to use her properly. But in the right hands, Froppy is S tier. She's evasive. She can revive her teammates in a second. She can go invisible. Her damage output is very nasty. She can survive the whole circle on her own. So she is definitely up there. S tier, no, only because she takes skill. Iida's another one I'll put in A. He's a good character, but I see a lot of people use him. He's a very good character, but it's only when he's used properly. Most people I see, they just run away, they abandon their team, they use his mechanics wrong. I'm pretty sure he got nerfed from the beta because in the beta he was definitely S tier. His damage output was crazy. It seems a little softer this time around. Compress. I put Compress as a B tier too. Cause the reason why I put Compress as B tier, if you start a game with Mr. Compress, you're not winning many 1v1s with characters on this roster. You have to get Mr. Compress to at least level 6 on his R2, I feel like, to be very effective. Yes, he has his Reflect, but if he's going against somebody like Dabi, Dabi is destroying Mr. Compress just from keeping distance. That's just how I feel about it. Yeah, he got his getaway mechanics, but are people utilizing that properly? No, they're not grabbing their teammates. They're just going away on their own. You barely see Mr. Compress in the fights, and that definitely indicates that he's not that great of a character to me. He's fun, but not that great. Mount Lady's S tier, especially Final Circle Mount Lady. She's one of the scariest characters to deal with because why? When she turns big, she's stomping on everybody. She has great mechanics in my opinion, and she does damage. She deserves to be up there. Now, as far as it being evasive, it's not the best, but once you get big, a lot of people tend to run away, so it works out in your favor regardless. Now, Uravity. Where would I put Uravity? She is good. She can get away from a lot of things, especially with her float and her R2. Her R2 does damage too. It does like 60 something damage on the initial without no level up. And then her AoE attack with her spinning the car, that is really nasty to kill whole teams. So I think she's damn near S tier. What do I find weak about her? It's her R2. That's honestly what it is. If you're not close enough to hit people, you're not getting that much damage. You got to be much closer to do what you need to do. She's much more technical than the S tiers, in my opinion. Outside of Cementos. Cementos is technical too, but he's really good. Now, Shiggy S tier. Shiggy's nasty. His whole kit is nasty, especially his decay, especially when you get it to level 9. It's like he's killing the whole damn map with just his one button. Shiggy's nasty. He got good ways to get away with his run dash. I think he has a little evasive mechanics. What else about Shiggy? I mean, another thing about Shiggy that makes him S, he works on any team build up, in my opinion. I don't see anything really bad with Shiggy, so yeah. Todoroki. I think Todoroki is another S tier. He got crazy damage output. The fact that he can freeze you with his evasive mechanics is really nasty. Shoto is very elusive, and his damage output is great. He's another character, again, has all the mechanics he needs to survive on his own. I feel like you can win with Todoroki by yourself. Like, if you're good enough, it's a way to win 1v3s consistently with Todoroki. Now, Toga, I think Toga is B. She's cool, she's fun, but I don't see too many people doing too much with her. Like, I saw people utilize her disguise mechanic, which confuses you, which is really cool. But I don't see Toga being able to 1v3 a team. She has to do much more work than the rest of the cast in order to get kills, in my opinion. I mean, I've seen better players play her, but not up to the level of annoyance of the S tier characters. Those S tier characters run the game. I'm sorry. Kirishima got crazy damage. Yeah, Kirishima, I think he's another B. He's good because he got some crazy damage output from what I've seen. But if you keep your distance against Kirishima, he can't really do anything to you. It's like the cast, like Kirishima has to run up and actually punch you and hit you. And with that regard, let's say I have Dabi. I'll just place a ring of fire. I'll place some grenades and stuff. Or I'll place some mines around. What is he gonna do? He can't do nothing. It's like he has to work harder in order to get the amount of kills as the S tier characters. It is what it is. Momo. Ooh. Momo's hard. Momo is either S or A. The only reason why I don't give Momo, I put her A tier. The only reason why she's A tier for me, her kit is nasty, but she has to be close range to the person in order to conflict some real damage. Her cannon is alright, but her riot shield is disgusting. Now that, if you're fighting a team in close quarters, Momo is wrecking. I'm sorry. Now Ibara, I'm sorry, y'all. She seems like an S tier to me. The Ibara players that I go against, they have been destroying. If she's used right, she destroys. The fact that she can grab you from across the damn map and her teammates could join in and combo your ass to death, she is nasty to me. I mean, I'll put her between A or S is okay with me, but anything below that, you suck with her. I don't care what anybody says. But y'all, this is my tier list. Let me know what you guys think about this list. Y'all already know what it is. TDN signing out. Yo, yo, yo.